5-year-old girl clad in gray pants and a pink shirt, her blonde hair cropped short, came in from gardening and went to play with her toys in the basement of her family's home in rural East Tennessee. That was the last time anybody saw her. Summer Wells disappeared on the evening of June 15, 2021, sparking a weeks-long manhunt in the rugged, mountainous terrain of Hawkins County. Hundreds of tips called into the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation have been dead ends, and some in her family have all but given up hope of finding her alive. This is The Lab. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz, and this is the disappearance of June 15th, 2021. Summer was planting flowers about 20 feet from her family's house on Ben Hill Road in the unincorporated community of Beech Creek with her mother and grandmother. She reportedly went inside and told her 3 older brothers she wanted to play with her toys in the basement. But when her mother, Candace Wells, came inside a short time later, Summer was nowhere to be found. 6:30 p.m. on June 15th, 2021, Summer was reported missing to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. And midnight on June 16th, 2021, the Tennessee State Bureau of Investigation released an endangered child alert for Summer. Shortly after 11 a.m. on June 16th, 2021, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations changed the endangered child alert to an Amber Alert. The endangered child alert is issued when there is more concern for a child's safety, while Amber Alerts are reserved for the most serious of missing children cases, where officials believe a child is in imminent danger. 2021, officials with the Hawkins.
The child's parents, Don Wells and Candace Bly, are not cooperating.
I always knew that something was going to happen to someone.
We had such a great love for each other.
I think she knew something too.
Not cooperating.
I have 7 alibis.
Finder,
Candace ain't got none. She's going down.
When you get addicted to drugs, you will sell your own soul.
I mean, maybe my kids are looking at it like, well, maybe God will bring her back, or I don't know. But statistically speaking, I mean, there's a good chance she's already dead if you look at it statistically. And I hate to think that. I love her with all my heart. But only God, if nothing else, I'll see her in the resurrection. As long as I keep the commandments and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll see her in the commandments.
I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility.
Well, I'll see her in the resurrection. As long as I keep the commandments and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll see her in the commandments. If that's the case,
My biggest fear is, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something.
Statistically speaking, I mean, there's a good chance she's already dead if you look at it statistically.
Was sexually active at a very young age. And I wasn't going around asking for her driver's license or whatever. She wanted to touch me at first.
And what's the age difference when you're 5, if you remember?
He'd be 12, about 12, I think, 12, 13.
Okay.
I was a 12-year-old boy. I didn't know any better. I'm sorry that I did not know any better.
So you were 5?
Yeah, 5.
Whatever, which I know was bad and I know it was wrong and I should have known better, but that little girl was sexually active, but it's not exactly all my damn fault.
The only thing I learned anything from was looking at damn dirty magazines, and that portrayed a pretty bad stuff. So if you're going by that kind of stuff, you're screwed up.
So we kind of had a relationship when we were younger. Yeah, I was a bit older.
When I was about 6, well, it was more 6 to 7 is when he started the more aggressive abuse.
She started this shit. She done this to me.
Coming into my room.
And he's 13 at this point.
yeah, 13, 14 by then.
And don't think I didn't ever wake up in my bed or in my bed trying to get down my pants before. Don't think that hasn't ever happened.
Anyway, just it was every night practically.
I have videotapes of Josh, apparently. What the?
I don't know why you're laughing. And they know what that's insinuating, and it's not funny.
Holy
You're the one that
crap.
said it.
Are you serious?
Don, you said,
How do you know that I said that? Why would I say that?
that's a great question.
Number one, I don't lie, bitch. You can get that through your.
I don't,
right
I
now.
mean, everybody lies.
No, I don't lie. I don't lie, motherfucker.
I'm not sure why Candace thinks it's so funny. I can play it for you if you want to hear it.
Because my boss called me, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, look, Josh,
Okay.
you can scoff or you can suck a dick or whatever you want to do.
All right.
Whatever the it is you do, you little
Yeah,
okay.
right.
But my boss,
Right.
my boss called me the other day. Yes,
Okay.
Richard.
Oh.
He called me. I said that I sold somebody a tape, right? I sold some motherfucker a tape for $5,000 that showed him having sex with my daughter, right? And then that's the whole thing. And he was crying. This motherfucker was actually crying. This motherfucker is like a big shot of this community. Like, oh, holy fuck. And he was crying. He said, but they're calling me a child molester. And I'm like, I started laughing.
How's that funny?
I'm like, it's not funny, bitch.
And Candace said that it was. It's not funny. He's right at the end there. It's not funny. I was just completely just stunned. It's just his old boss. I don't want people to put his name or anything in the chat. It's just
The fuck about Summer? Really? Are you ready to stop your bullshit? Is this about Summer or is this about you?
This is about getting the justice that that little girl deserves.
All right,
Because
then.
the
You need to
dirty
shut your
ass-
fucking mouth,
the
then.
dirty ass
You
were
need to
like
shut your mouth.
motherfuckers that
No,
did whatever
hey.
they done to her, didn't even let her have a proper burial, right?
Okay, right.
You-
Okay, well.
You're a couple real pieces of
I-
shit, ain't you?
Man, I might be a piece of
Really?
shit, but you know what? But
Yeah,
you know
you
what?
are. Yeah, you
that
are, and
makes
I'm
me
glad
better
you
than
admitted
you.
it. I am
At least
glad
I'm better.
you admitted
Yeah,
it.
and I'm a piece of shit.
phone call. The whole thing is starting off on a lie. Okay, listen to this.
Parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her, they've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now. Parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her, they've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Now, if you hear that correctly, what is being said right there was the parents called in and advised that they had went for a walk, that the mother had went for a walk. Candace went for a walk. The same lady who says that she doesn't like walking because why? Because of the animals. So a walk. Well, that's not the story that we've been told this whole time, is it? Is it?
Interesting. The other day, all this stuff going on, when it was so bad, everything on YouTube was so bad, I was begging God. I was like, Lord, and I was on my knees. I was just at the end of my ropes, and I said, God, I just want to be with you. And that thought came to my head just like that.
Recently, I had been seeing the name Breonna Tester on YouTube in connection with being a Facebook friend of Candace Bly Wells, and that Breonna Tester had kidnapped a child just a couple of weeks after Summer Wells went missing. And as I started to dig around, I wanted to put a face and a story behind the person that was brutally murdered, and her name is Breonna Tester.
In Johnson City, after police say 20-year-old Breonna Tester was killed just after midnight on Friday. Authorities were called to 207 McCall Circle and determined that the manner of death was homicide. A neighbor who says he didn't see
Has your theory about what happened to Summer changed any since we spoke a couple weeks ago?
No, she was abducted. There's, I forget how you put that, reasonable deduction or however you say that. You're talking school, but by that theory there, yeah, she's been abducted in my mind, 100%. I know Candace wouldn't lie to me about any of the facts. She has no reason to, she wouldn't lie.
And I think somebody said, or you told the media that she was lie detector test, and you took one also. And,
yeah.
Well, and that you all were cleared of of any suspicion as based on that?
Well, I don't know if we were completely cleared because that's not admissible in court.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both. I mean, at first, I didn't get no sleep for 2 days. I couldn't sleep. I was, it was the worst misery and pain I've ever felt in my life. But I wasn't able to take a lie detector test. They made me wait a little bit, but when I did take it, I passed. They made Candace wait 5 days longer to take hers, because she just wasn't able to. She tried and she wasn't able to. It's not, people are saying that we failed and we took another test. That's not the case. We just weren't able to. So when we did take them, we both passed, our tests.
I imagine that if it measures changes in your blood pressure or something based on if you tell a lie, your blood pressure changes. But if you're tore all to pieces, then your blood pressure is probably changing anyways.
Well, the way it works is kind of it measures your brain's activity too. And whenever you lie, you have to think about that lie. When you stick with the truth, it just comes out. The truth is the truth. Mm-hmm. But when you lie, you got to think about that for a little bit, and your heart might jump just a little bit or whatever. They look at all that. Yeah.
So,
it's easy to tell the truth. Put it that way.
Yeah. So did they? I know this is a hard question to ask, but did they ever do any question of your sons also, or any kind of?
Yeah, they've taken them into specialists because they can't come out and question them. But yes, they have questioned all of them.
Mm-hmm.
They even give mother-in-law lie detector tests.
Oh wow!
And she also passed.
Okay. So this, I didn't go up to your house when they took the roadblock down. I didn't want to just bust up there and uninvited, but I did go to the end of your driveway and look up. And that for somebody to go up there and not knowing what they're going to find, it seems highly unlikely because that's straight up, and you can't see where you're going. You don't know what's ahead of you. And
we've had several people sneaking around there though, and we've had them sneaking around at night, in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
we've never had somebody up there at 5:30 in the afternoon that we know of,
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't come up the driveway. They come up a dog trail from the woods.
Oh, okay.
They didn't come up the driveway, and that dog that they used, that's where the scent took them, was down through the woods, not the driveway.
Where did the dog scent end?
At the road, Ben Hill Road is where the dog scent ended.
Oh man.
Yep. So that right there, I already knew all that, but they're just confirmed it for me.
Yeah. Do you believe that she's still alive? Do you have any intuition that she might still be out there somewhere?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
All I know is I believe in God. I don't believe in any psychic stuff.
Oh man, that stuff's horrible that they've had on. I've seen it on YouTube. That's terrible. Why would somebody? That's the morals of a person that would put that out there. What they've been saying.
We had somebody made a fake account with me, and then they put on there to some other woman that I buried her body at the lake, and so the TBI has been out the lake. They couldn't get a hold of me because I was in church, but they've been out there looking for her body. It's just ridiculous what people are doing, and they're going with these psychics and what they're saying and doing whatever they can to get their story out there. But the Bible says clearly it's an abomination.
Right.
When you do a psychic and you're talking, to your dead relatives or whatever, that's untrue because Jesus made it clear that when you die, you sleep until the resurrection. You are in no conscious state whatsoever. You are just unconscious, asleep, as Jesus put it, until the resurrection. So if you're talking to somebody, it's an evil spirit.
Let me ask you this: is there anything that your family needs? Like, is there anything that the community can do aside from tipsters and things like that and information? But is there anything that you people in your family need that the community?
The only thing that, I think we're good on everything. The only thing that I wish is, as a country that, and the way these kids are coming up missing left and right, and all the drugs. Man, we need to send our military into our own country. That's my opinion. We send our military everywhere in the world to fight terrorism. Well, I think it's time we turn them into our own country to fight terrorism. They can't seem to catch these, put them to some good use. I mean, that's what I wished.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know you're on break, and I probably need to let you get back to work. I was wondering, do you think Mrs. Wells would want to meet and talk any more about how things are going? Is she up to that?
Right now she's so tore up and stuff. It's just getting worse for her. Yeah. I mean, it is. It's bad for me too. I'd do anything to have my baby back, but I got to put my faith in God. I mean. If it wasn't for that, I would have lost it a long time ago. So, I mean, I got to pray to him and pray that she's okay, that he'll pull her through with his mighty right arm, with his might, whatever. But something like God, because the police can't come up with nothing. Now, all these people on Facebook all over the world can't come up with nothing. Nobody can. Only God can.
Right. This is, and in 30 years, I've never seen anything like this happen.
Me either. I mean, I've never seen it in my life. I mean, when I lived in Houston, Texas, when I was a kid, it was pretty bad out that way, but all kind of crazy stuff out there. But
there was never somebody that just disappeared without a clue that I know of. I'm sure it happens, but not that I've ever seen in my life.
Well, when there's
any new developments or anything that changed?
Nothing.
No.
It's real discouraging. Only God can turn this around at this point.
How is your family coping?
Well, my wife ain't doing too good. She's not doing too good at all. She's pretty upset.
I can imagine. Is she needing help or anything, or?
No, just kind of some anger issues, and and all this stuff on social media is just.
I know that's out of line. That stuff's out of line, way out of line.
Yeah.
How are your kids doing?
They're coping with it okay. They're doing okay. I'm upset. I just made the decision. I made up my mind not to let Satan win.
Mm-hmm. How do you do that? What steps do you take personally?
To not let Satan win?
Yeah.
Not let him get down. Not to, I could be down and not go back to work and let it affect me in every way, but I can't do that.
Well, you still got a family to raise also, I guess, too, don't you?
So I still got to move forward. I still got to go to work. I still got to try, even though I miss her and wish to God it was a way, but we live in an evil world. I mean, I ain't the first one, to lose a family member or all kind of tragedies been happening since the beginning of this creation. There's been all kind of bad stuff going on. It does seem kind of like a bad dream or whatever. Yeah, it does. And my memories of summer and everything, that's what kills me, because we had such a great love for each other. She loved me, and I don't know why I've never had someone love me that much in my life. And so it's been awesome, between me and her. And so it's killed me since she's been gone. You know, it's just at first it was just so horrific knowing that someone abducted her and the cops are looking all around her house, knowing that she's not there. You know, it's like you just talking to yourself. You know, this ain't doing no good. But you know, I wish the police would have blocked off both ends of Beach Creek and everything else and kept it contained in our area, because I'm sure she's hundreds of miles away. You know, I can't blame them or whatever, but I'm upset. I'm really upset, you know. But it's too little, too late now.
I guess this is probably, I don't know if this is something that has been in your family's mind, but you've got to kind of move on with the business of living. And I guess one of the things is your kids have to go back to school, and I was wondering if you all had given any thought to that, and if that's something that's going to be hard to do, to take them back to school.
Well, I mean, I don't know why, but they're dealing with it okay more than me, and they're doing a lot better than me and Candace are. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that is, but I don't know. Because when I was in school, one of my guys, one of the kids that was in school with us, bought his son a shotgun, and somehow it accidentally went off and killed his dad right in front of him. And we never did see that kid back in school again, but that was his daddy, though. There's a difference, you know, I guess. But, I mean, maybe my kids are looking at it like, well, maybe God will bring her back, or I don't know. But statistically speaking, I mean, there's a good chance she's already dead if you look at it statistically. And I hate to think that. I love her with all my heart, but only God, you know, if nothing else, you know, I'll see her in the resurrection. As long as I keep the commandments and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll see her in the commandments, if that's the case, you know. The resurrection.
So is it going to be just kind of back to business when school starts and the kids are going to go back?
Yeah, we ain't got a choice. We don't have a choice, you know.
I was just wondering if there was maybe any kind of fear or concern just to let them out of your sight after.
Well, yeah, definitely. We was sending them down, you know, to the school bus by themselves, you know, but I don't think we'll ever do that again.
Mm-hmm. Do they get picked up at the end of your road there on Beach Creek?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, you're back to work, and the kids are going back to school. So it seems like there's no choice but to try to return to some sort of normalcy within this horrible event.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not going to let Satan convince me to go drinking or whatever. You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going down that road. I choose life.
Mm-hmm.
Choose God, you know, and that's probably, you know, I've never, you know, before in my life I was weaker, and just the least little thing would be the excuse to go get drunk or whatever, you know, but not no more.
And then she wanted to show me some stuff in the house, right? And she was showing me some DVDs and stuff. She kept getting closer and closer and closer to me, and I'm like, holy crap. I think I gotta go now. I got the hell out of there, dude. I don't think I've been up there since. I know I haven't.
Daughter, this is not going to be somebody like, oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. And I just want to save you from a bad situation. 90% of the time when someone takes a little girl or whatever, or boy even, 90% of the time is because they're predators. So it's just not good. Somebody has hurt her, probably sexually, maybe beat the fuck out of her, probably killed her. Let's be realistic. This ain't gonna be good. A predator would come up here and take our daughter. This is
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.